In my hand, I'm holding 3 different ND filters, and there are a lot of videos online on YouTube regarding ND filters. Which one is the best? Which one is the cheapest one? Which one is the most expensive one? Blah blah blah. Not any one of them talk about like NDs that they actually been using for a long time. They use like for a week, or they just did a test on it. I didn't find anything that I can trust to people who been using it for several years or a couple of years, a couple of months, and then made a video about it on Amazon. All the time that I look at it, there's like hundreds different ND filters, 1 to 5 stop, 1 to 9 stops, 1 to 3 stops, and the price variations like super high too. Like it goes from $50 all the way to $600. Because of that reason, I have these 3 ND filters that I'm holding in my hand. I've been using this one for 3 years, 3.5-ish years. This one for a year and a half, I think, and this one, only this one, I've been using for 4 months or 5 months. But I've been using this so consistently, so often, almost every day. So that's why I'm making this video regarding what I think about ND filters. That's pretty much it. Let's get into it. Let's start with the cheapest one first, from KNF. A little good pouch, nothing too crazy. The gray and brown colors. It's not real leather, but it has a magnet that opens up and closes. There's a little string on the side right here. You just pull that, and boom, the whole thing comes out. You grab it from side right here where the orange grabbing thing is. So that's where you also change your NDs. It's 1 to 9 stops, I think. It is pretty heavy. Few things I noticed about this guy. All right, 1 to 6 usable. There's color shift on 1 to 6, but however, it's not that too crazy that you cannot fix in Premiere, Final Cut. I use DaVinci, so it's easiest one to fix there. However, after 6, you get heavy vignetting. It's not even vignetting. It's just there's like excess come out right in the middle because of, I guess, there's so many NDs, like they're trying to put it into one, condense into one cheap glass, so that's why I guess you get that. However, outside of that, if you want to use it, you can still use it 1 to 6, not a problem. Slightly color shift, like I said, but nothing too crazy. The reason I still have this is because whenever I do my own YouTube videos, shoot with friends or families or just for fun things, when I travel, I always take this, put it in my backpack. I don't really care. I don't give a fuck if I break it or anything like that. I've dropped it a couple of times, I'll be honest with you, and it still works. Still no dents, no like scratches or anything like that. So number 2 is a KNF, but it's a more expensive one. I think I bought it for 160, but it probably right now is $200 with inflation and everything. Canadian, obviously. It comes in a really good cover, safe and nice. I like that. You open it up, there's a foam inside, and you just take it out. Regarding this one, I've been using this shit out of this one for a couple of years, several years now, 3 to 4 years. And as you can see, it's supposed to be 2 knobs on 2 sides, so you can pull it or push it, whatever you say it, so you can move the ND, right? But I broke it because I've been using the shit out of it, and it doesn't have it on the other side. I guess that's a bad thing because it did come out. But outside of that, it also has a CPL, which is good for reflection and car reflection, windows, or water or anything like that. So it is also useful regarding that. It has 1 to 6 stops. It does shift your colors slightly, not as much as the first one does, but at least it doesn't have a crazy vignetting like that one does, because it's 1 to 6 stops and it's not 1 to 9. Sometimes I do have to bump up my f-stop because of not enough, and it's like on the sunny days it gives us slightly vignetting on the 6 stop, so I just bump up my f-stop and bring it down to 5, so it does the job. Not much to say, but my personal favorite, not regarding the price, but regarding because I've been using it for such a long time. Yeah, let's get into the next one. And the last third one is B&W. B&W, B plus W, I don't know, however you want to call it. So it is a German company that they've been doing ND filters for a long time, and I purchased this one for $500 plus tax. So first things first, I want to talk about the cover, the pouch. It is a leather, it is nice, feels good. Here you can put your name or whatever. It comes with a little cloth in between. But for $500, I'm paying a premium price for an item that is a really expensive, and it's just an ND filter. Look at this pouch. Like if I drop this, if somebody steps on it, it's gonna break 100%. This has cost $160, and the cover, I know that if I drop this, somebody steps on it, if I throw this, nothing's gonna happen. But this, like, they need to do better. For they're taking so much of my money, and they just give me this piece of shit. Every time I take this pouch, it feels good, but it gets me, boils my blood. I don't know why. Anyways, outside of that though, item itself is pretty good. There's barely any color shifting. You won't see it. Like you have to like look at it super tight, super hard. 1 to 5 stops though, so I guess it makes sense because they don't want any color shifting, any vignetting happening. So it's 1 to 5 stops. That's a bad part, because if I'm shooting with a client and they ask for that bokeh background, like cinematic background, I can't really do that because I have to bump up my f-stop quite a bit, unless they really want it, they're pushing it, so I have to bump up my shutter. That is the one bummer about this 1 to 5 stops. But outside of that, the moving, like the ND filter itself, you see how smooth this is. Really good, very nice. I like it. And I guess because of the item itself that does such a good job. I've been using it nonstop every day. Compared to other two, it's a very good item, but the price wise and the pouch, just those two, and also the 1 to 5 stops is kind of annoying, but outside of that, it's a really good item. It does exactly what you want it to do. All right, so those are the 3 indie filters that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and now I'm gonna say which one is the best fit for who. All right, let's start with the most expensive one. Most expensive one being W1, being a $500, I think is the best fit for somebody who's been doing this for a long, long time. They have a specific style, they have a specific look. At that point, you don't care about like clients or anything like that. You care about videos that represent you. So if you're that kind of person, I highly recommend getting something that is good, trustworthy, and expensive, because you don't want to worry about vignettes, you don't want to worry about the color shifting or anything like that. You want to have something that gives you ease of mind, and you know you're going to use it every single time, and you know you're going to have zero problems with it. So because of that reason, I think this is for somebody who's been doing this for several years. They know the value for something good, something expensive, and that is why you should purchase this one. The second one is going to be a KNF, the cheapest one, for $70. And this is going to be the best one for somebody who's just starting up. When you're starting up, you just want to film as much as you can. Some of them are free, some of them are not, and you don't even know what you want to shoot. You want to shoot sports, music videos, documentaries, food, or any, like you want to take everything that you can. And that is when you're gonna have to learn how to color correct stuff, add vignetting, add sound, add color grading, and all that. So this is the best fit for somebody who doesn't want to break their bank, who's just starting up, but they still need an ND filter. Please don't go above 6 ND stops. If you drop it, if you break it, not a big deal. You can get a new one, maybe for even cheaper nowadays, for $70, for $50. It's just at the beginning, it's all about doing as much as you can, getting as many clients as you can, and just fixing it in post. You know what I mean? It's just that's how you start. And for that reason, I would highly recommend it for somebody who's just starting up and don't want to break their bank and want to learn as much as they can. And the last one is number 2 from KNF for $160. This is something that I would recommend for everyone, for somebody who's just starting up, for somebody who's been doing it for a long time, because it is such an in the middle item. It costs decent. It's $160, not $500, not $70. It's right in the middle, so it's not gonna break your bank. However, it's also not gonna mess up your footage as much. It has slight vignetting, that nothing that you can't fix, as well as color shifting, and it also comes with 1 to 6 stops, so it's still quite useful outside as well. It also has a CPL that is quite handy compared to the other two, and it has a really good cover that it's not gonna break even if you drop it like the BMW, the expensive one does. So yeah, overall, it's a very good item, well priced, and does the job. Alright, so that was my spiel for today regarding ND filters, and the reason I want to share this video or make this video in the first place, because recently, because I've been shooting a lot, I'm understanding that even though all these 3 ND filters, all of them are ND filters, but they're so different. One of them has 1 to 9 stuff, one of them is 1 to 5, one of them has CPL, color shifting, vignetting, and all that. Like each year when I shoot more and more, I understand that whatever works the best for my workflow, like which one does the best for videography, for filmmaker, or anything like that. So I hope you guys learn something from this and understand that get something that works with you, with your workflow, and makes your video better every time. That's everything. That's all I want to share with you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys learned something, and if you guys did, as always, thumbs up if you liked this, thumbs up if you loved it, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Ciao. Ooh, Lord power.